Hey, what's up everyone? It's the one and only Master Sigma here. In this video, I want to review something interesting that happened in the month of June. My orders actually crashed the price of an altcoin. So back in June on a lazy afternoon, I had nothing better to do. I decided that I wanted to take a look at some altcoins. I wanted to chart them and run them through my indicator system. So I had visited the Coin Market Cap website. I was going through a long list of altcoins. I was charting all of them, seeing basically if I had any interesting setups to work with, if any of the strategies in my playbook were happening on these charts. I came upon this interesting altcoin, which is apparently named GameStop. Now, I have no idea if this actually has any relation to the GameStop stock or not. I don't have any idea about the project itself, the developers, what this is about, if this is linked in any way to GameStop or not. I have no idea. But when I charted it, it looked very interesting to me. Now, this was back in June, so it was a brand new listing here. It was the first month, and you can see we had this massive bearish candle here. It's absolutely gigantic. So that right off the bat told me that this is a very bearish short play potentially, and this is on the monthly chart. So I was doing the top-down analysis here using my indicator trading system, and the weekly, same story. I was looking at it on this particular candle here. Again, a massive bearish momentum to the downside, and just all around the same story as you come down to these lower time frames, the daily. You can tell by these steeply declining. Just look how steep this channel is on the 4-hour. Absolute bearish channel here. So I decided that I wanted to short this altcoin. Now, I'll admit I was kind of late to the play here. Again, I was looking at this first monthly candle here. I decided to take a base position right around this point in the candle. So I did a market entry around this point. But at the same time, I had limit orders stacked all above this order here. I was basically drilling this thing, guys, hoping some of my limit orders higher would get filled. And, some of them did. Some of them did get filled. But the majority of them did not get filled. So I actually was not able to get in with the position sizing that I wanted to. So I got in with about maybe around half of the original position size that I had in mind, which is fine. It actually ended up working out really nicely. So from the point of my entry here, the bearish momentum absolutely just accelerated and continued here. Now, normally I don't play altcoins just because most of them don't have the liquidity that I need with the position size that I get in. Usually I'm sticking to Bitcoin. It's the king of liquidity. But in this case, it worked out fine. I didn't get my full position size, but I got a pretty good chunk of it, guys. And from that point onward, it just kept going down nonstop. If we come down to the weekly here, we can see this candle is absolutely devastating here. It just melted. Now, I did end up closing the trade yesterday, and I'll tell you guys why. I actually closed out for a total profit of around $25,000. I was looking at this daily chart here, and we can see we have these dual sigma support zones here on the daily. So as the price started to approach these daily support zones, I closed out my trade. Now, this thing could potentially go even lower over time, but I think for now it may find some temporary support here because of this huge jaws right here, guys. These are our sigma support zones right here. This whole area here and everything in between is support. So I ended up closing that position. So again, I'm happy with the way this trade played out. when I was originally looking at it, there was not an ounce of bullishness anywhere on any time frame on this chart, guys. And when you have such a massive bearish candle like this here on the monthly, I mean, the chances of follow through on something like this is about 70 to 80%. So knowing that, understanding that, I got in as much as I could. Again, all of my orders did not get filled, especially my limit orders above here. But I did get a decent position size in there. And right around the time that I market executed, guys, I could see there really was an acceleration in the drop here. This thing just went down here, and this was the point on the weekly chart here where, I got in most of my orders here. And this thing just, bam, nonstop just went down. On the next weekly, we did get a little bit of bounce. Now, what I should have done, guys, is, looking back on this trade, I should have added to my trade based on this weekly bounce, because, the chances of this thing coming up more than halfway is very low on such a huge bearish candle. So looking back, I should have added to my position here on this bounce. But I did not do that. So yeah, that's it, guys, in a nutshell. That was my trade on this GME altcoin. Again, I have no idea what kind of relation this has to the actual GameStop stock, if any. But in the end, it doesn't matter to me as a purely technical trader. I just look at the charts. I don't really consider fundamentals, like what the project is, who the developers are, and that kind of stuff. It really doesn't matter to me. The charts just tell me all the facts that I need. If you liked and enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.